I said this is the most boring election cycle, but overnight it has the capacity to become the most interesting election cycle. We're there. We're officially there. It's coconut time, ladies and gentlemen. You already know Joseph Robinette Biden has officially dropped out of the race and, as I told you he would, endorsed Kamala Harris. IsItJover.com says it is 100% Jover, ladies and gentlemen. You might be wondering, Hasan, you're a little bit late. I mean, this is a pretty significant moment in American political history. Like, how are you not immediately on it? Like, why were you not covering it ahead of time? You said if he drops out, he's probably going to drop out on Sunday. That's because I knew it was going to happen, but I had other obligations to Twitch. We were actually setting up a really sick trailer, like for a show, like a secret show that we're doing. Leading up to this like shoot, I was like, I know that Joe Biden is going to drop out on Sunday, guys. And they're like, no, you don't know that. Come on. I was like, no, I know he is going to drop out on Sunday. Like, I'm telling you right now, I can't be there. Like, they were like, oh, we set up a green screen for you. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm going to be live for like 8 hours minimum, possibly 12 after this. So they were like, sure, whatever. We'll figure it out. I was just like, nope. As soon as I found out, March went, oh no, I was putting on my stupid ass emo makeup on, having a grand old time, not having a care in the goddamn world. And I got the first text message from Austin, as a matter of fact. Austin Show was the first person to actually text me, it's Jover. Like, I posted on my TikTok. We're in the middle of our second shoot right now, and Joe Biden has officially chosen to drop out. So I am going to be rushing home, and I'll be live in approximately 30 minutes. I knew this was going to happen. That's real. That's actually real. We were in the middle of a shoot, and that's actually what happened to me in real life. Yeah, I know I called it earlier today. Of course I called it earlier today. I'm shooting a show today for Twitch, so I most likely won't be live. Biden, you better not drop out yet. Yeah, but, you know, of course. Someone make sure he's okay. No, I did it. I'm here. Whoo! Remember when I told you guys? I said this is the most boring election cycle, but overnight it has the capacity to become the most interesting election cycle. We're there! We're officially there! As my main man, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin likes to say, there are decades where nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happen. We are in the week where decades are happening. We are now officially in that week. We are getting into the news, okay? All right, I need to sit down. Holy f***. Joe Biden said, my fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and focus all my energies on my duties as president for the remainder of my term. Verbatim what I told you he was going to say. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president. And it's been the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year, Jack. Cut the malarkey, Democrats. It's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this. Thank you. Anyway, in a phone call with CNN minutes after Biden announced his exit from the 2024 race, former President Trump responded, he's the worst president in the history of our country. He goes down as the single worst president by far in the history of our country. Oh, dude. Oh, he is coping. He's worried. He's panicked. He's panicking, dude. Come on, dog. He's panicking hard. You know, his entire campaigning strategy is just dust now, okay? They had it. They were like, he's the perfect person to run against. If there's one Democrat we could easily beat, is Joe Biden. And now they got to cast aside all those campaign ads. They have to toss them. They have to restart. Woo! Everything that the RNC did. Even though they tried to... Why is my family calling me in this moment right now? That's crazy. Even though everything that they did, they tried to, on the last second, swap to like a unity message. They tried to make it seem like, they weren't attacking Joe Biden. Donald Trump mentioned Joe Biden by name like once or twice. You know what I mean? And just kept saying this administration. All of that is still hollow. It's still gone. It's Jover for them. Okay? It's freaking Jover for them, baby. Anyway, let's check in on Donald Trump, who is definitely not mad right now. Let's see what he had to say. Crooked Joe Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve and never was. He only attained the position of president by lies, fake news, and not leaving his basement, which is a cell phone, by the way. That is, you're owning yourself. You're saying that a cadaver basically was on a stretcher the entire time and stretched his way into the presidency against you, the powerful being that you are, supposedly. Just a reminder for that. Also, what happened to unity, sir? Where's the unity? All those around him, including his doctor and the media, knew that he wasn't capable of being president, and he wasn't. And now, look what he's done to our country with millions of people coming across the border, totally unchecked and unvetted. I suspect that if there is any narrative damage that is the most significant to the re-election campaign, to the election campaign now, of Kamala Harris, it was done by Joe Biden at the last minute when he tried to pull this right-wing Donald Trump's own border policy agenda. It's very, very important for the Democrats to just move away from that as quickly and as expediently as possible. I found out Biden dropped out from the race from Hasan the Hunt's TikTok with the that's why I posted that TikTok. I thought it'd be the funniest possible way for people to find out that Joe Biden dropped out of the race. RFK probably going to drop and endorse Trump. We'll see. I could see that happening. Even though RFK Jr. was like, I mean, he's crazy, man. I could see him endorsing Kamala Harris, low key. He's a weird dude, brother. He's a weird dude. It's less likely, but it's more likely that he endorses Trump. But he's weird as dude. He's weird as hell. So a couple angles of attack from Republicans immediately. Okay. One, they're going to say if Biden, obviously Trump already mentioned this. I've talked about this in the buildup to Biden dropping out. Couple angles of attack are going to be if he can't actually run for president, how the is he supposed to be president, right? To them, the counter is pretty easy. You just say, look, I think Americans deserve like a younger, more vibrant, more dynamic person. And I did my job. I've been in office for 50 plus years, you know. I've been in office for so long that I think it's like the right thing to do. I think I wanted to give the Americans an opportunity to put a fresh face on this like bold progressive agenda. And I feel like there's an effective counter there for that. But that's one thing that they're going to do. They're obviously also going to try and sue at every state to be like, no, you have to put Joe Biden on the ticket, even though he's literally not even the candidate yet. The convention hasn't happened yet. Another avenue of attack is obviously that like Kamala Harris was the vice president and she knew that Biden's mental faculties were not in order, which is why I thought that was another angle of attack, an avenue of attack that is like pretty solid, which is why I thought that the Democrats could not be so open and so bold about Joe Biden's mental faculties diminishing, which is why him staying in the race post that debate or even doing that debate was really, really stupid. But if that debate had not happened, ladies and gentlemen, today I will say this. I want to thank all of the idiots in Biden's orbit, in Biden's close circle, that thought that that debate that happened this early was a good idea, that Biden will be able to demonstrate competence in that debate. Because if it wasn't for them, we would be slow rolling this demented old man into the convention, and I would be still screaming for the rooftops that he's going to get comstered by Donald Trump, because he's going to keep having those moments. He's going to keep having those moments, and the Trump administration is going to keep, or the Trump campaign is going to keep hitting those moments over and over again. The tweet that changed it all. Yep. Thank God. Thank the Lord, dude. Holy moly. Obama's release statement. For now, Michelle and I just want to express our love and gratitude to Joe and Jill Obama said. They're such phony little bitches, dude. Yeah. Obama. I mean, he is just objectively a bad person. Like, anyone who kept Joe Biden in the race for this long and then doesn't immediately turn around and go, I'm 100% fully behind whoever is the top of that ticket, which is Kamala Harris, is a bad person. Okay. If you care about the Democratic Party, or even more than that, if you care about Donald Trump not being president again, you can't behave in this snake-like fashion. Okay. This is some snake shit. Straight up. This is just like personal pride and being annoyed with the situation and not like, oh God, and not immediately falling in line because it's outside of your control in the party. Is there going to be a Harris-Trump debate? There has to be. Are you kidding me? If Trump doesn't do a debate against Kamala Harris, remember, Kamala Harris actually performed fairly well in the debates, even though she obviously was deeply unpopular in the stacked Democratic primary. But Kamala Harris did perform fairly well in the debate. She had a couple pop-off moments. She is a prosecutor at the end of the day. She will, I think, cook Donald Trump. She will be able to cook Donald Trump. They just got to get her off those downers and put her on some uppers. Okay. She needs to not be barred out ever again. And then from this moment on, only uppers from this point on. Let her thrive. Okay. What is this? They said, get your ass back into the studio. What is this? Enjoying a wolf spritzer at El Presidente restaurant here in DC. They said, get your ass back to the studio. Is true. This happened to me as well. Do you think they will run with a Kamala versus felon Trump narrative? Potentially. I don't think it's that bad of a narrative. Democrats have raised $5 million in just over an hour. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, dude. Listen. The fight is not done, okay? It's a very different race now. But in some respects, it's not all that different in the sense that Donald Trump is still very much, he's a weak candidate, but very much a candidate that has a shit ton of momentum, okay? This swap out, I hope, will activate a lot of those in the margins, a lot of young voters, Hispanic voters in general, that have not been paying attention in key states. And Kamala Harris's genuine separation from Joe Biden will actually play a significant role here. Okay.